I just thought this concept that we could take cells from a person's body and grow an entire body part just with that. That is so cool. And I was like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. I have to do that. I have to. My name is Amelia Ryan. I'm a second-year Ph.D. student in the biomedical engineering program. I've been in GRISE for 1.5 years now, and I work under Dr. Ryan Williams. We are a nanomedicine lab, which means we make medicines that are teeny tiny. They can be used for lots of things like delivery of drugs and genetic materials, and detection of diseases in a very early stage. I create nanosensors that can detect inflammatory molecules. Basically, these sensors are made using single-walled carbon nanotubes, which are tiny pieces of carbon, and we attach antibodies or pieces of DNA that allow them to sense targets. They have fluorescence, right? Light at a certain wavelength and a certain frequency, and when they sense their target, that light changes. And those changes in fluorescence are what allow us to see the detection of these molecules. These sensors can be injected into patients, and the fluorescence changes will show us exactly where and exactly how much of the target molecule they have. I love research. I love digging deep and answering really difficult questions that might not even have definitive answers. I'd really like to develop sensors for something like Alzheimer's disease. I think that's something that is impactful for so many people. It's been impactful for me and my family personally. I think a lot of people have a connection to it. My grandmother, she was an academic herself, and when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was so difficult to watch her lose everything that she had worked so hard for so many years to learn. She was absolutely tenacious, so ambitious. Maybe that's where I get it from a little bit. Before she passed away, I remember thinking how different the world could be if we could fight against this disease, even just a little more effectively. And I know that no one person is ever going to cure some massive disease on their own, but if I could just play a little part in it, I think that, it would all be worth it for me. I see myself maybe starting my own biotech company. That's something I'd really like to do, or joining a biotech startup. I think that that's a way to actually bring the nanomedicine to patients, because at the end of the day, that's what I really want to do, is work on the translation from what we do here in the lab to what can actually affect change in the clinic.